Rock Manor Games has a classic horror title that you might want to know about. Maximum Apocalypse Gothic Horrors. This is good for 1 to 6 players, ages 13 and up, and should take about 45 to 90 minutes. Gothic Horrors is a deluxe expansion for Maximum Apocalypse. The supernatural is real. Unspeakable horrors await those who venture out at night. Vampires drain the life of their victims while cultists summon strange creatures. We're hoping that we can scrounge together enough supplies to survive without our minds snapping. But it's a heavy burden to bear. Maximum Apocalypse, Gothic Horrors, adds 3 new apocalyptic scenarios: Cthulhu, Vampire, and the Yokai. Face off against life-draining vampires, ghouls, and werewolves in a classic monster set, or try to stop a bunch of cultists from summoning Cthulhu or the unspeakable Lovecraftian horrors. Each apocalypse begins with a new gameplay mechanics, such as the Insanity deck or Phobias, or the Night and Day event deck. This expansion also adds 2 new survivor characters, the Priest and Ronin. Each character comes with their own unique survivor deck and abilities and equipment cards. The Priest is a persistent believer in humanity who offers protection from unspeakable evils. The Ronin is a new close-range combatant with dual-purpose cards that change based on her combat stance. This is part of a series. Now, originally going into this, I thought this was a standalone, and I guess if the rules are there, it could be just with the 2 characters offered in the game. So, Maximum Apocalypse by Rock Manor Games, I had actually only just recently gotten the first one. I'm not even sure when I'm going to get a chance to getting it in the cycle of videos here, but it is really impressing me. I'm looking through it, and I love everything so far that I've seen about the main game. So to see a Gothic version of it has caught my attention, straight out. First, using classic monster styles such as vampires and werewolves is a huge bonus to me. I love those classic monster types very much. Now the Cthulhu, well, come on, everyone does something Cthulhu in the board gaming community now, don't they? So to add this in as part of a pack, and not as just a Cthulhu pack, I actually kind of like. The Yokai. Yokai? What? So, I looked around a little bit, and from what I've seen from other reviewers, they're aliens. They are aliens that are coming to take us away. Do tests on us, steal our water, steal our food, steal our women. Whatever the old movie or story trope is, they're probably up to it to one degree or another. And I thought that was great. I don't recall seeing an apocalypse-based game on aliens. There's some other alien games I have and I enjoy, but there's not a game really about little gray aliens in their spaceships being part of an apocalyptic scenario. This may be a first, and if it's not a first, I know it's a first for me to experience it when and if I get lucky enough to get my hands on this game and do a showcase for all of you on it. So, wow, classic monsters, Cthulhu, and aliens. What a freaking interesting mix. In, the whole scheme of board games, there's a lot of fantasy, there's a lot of sci-fi. And recently, there's been a lot of superheroes. There's always a lot of zombies in Cthulhu. There's never been a lot. There's a few very good ones, but there's never been an overabundance of apocalypse-based games. So this is a bonus. Having something that I feel isn't necessarily overflooded in the market at this point yet, to me, makes it sound like there's room for a game like this. And especially since this isn't a typical type of apocalypse. As I've already said, this is an apocalypse of vampires and werewolves. Or, okay, maybe some apocalyptic games of Lovecraftian proportions have been out. And as I just finished saying, not any I can think of about aliens. great mix. Great mix to add into a genre that needs a few more titles in it, I think. If you're looking for a game that has interesting mechanics, it's a growth, especially if you know the first game, and it's a growth of the first game and builds upon that and moves out a little bit, you're going to enjoy this. If you're curious and looking for a game about the apocalypse, since, like I said, there's not an overabundance of them, maybe you'd like to get an apocalypse game or two on your shelves to fit in for the category, the theme, the genre, then you're definitely going to want to look into the series in general, and this one, I think, specifically. So please, everyone, by Rock Manor Games, go check out Maximum Apocalypse Gothic Horrors.